Hello everyone, welcome to this part of the video where we are given, first and foremost, the equation and a table of values, alright? And we are supposed to calculate the values of A and B. So for A, right, the corresponding value of A would be -1 for X. So what does this mean? This means that when y is equals to a, my x is equals to -1. And every time you substitute a value, you put a bracket. Alright? And let's continue. So -4. Now my x is -1 -2. So this will give me a value of, final answer for A would be 3. As for B, we are going to do the same, but just that now my value of y is B and it corresponds with x as 3. Again, I -4 times 3 -2, and therefore this will give me a value of -5. So A will be equals to 3, B will be equals to -5, and let's move on to the next part of this question. Right, hello everyone, welcome to this part of the video where we are looking to draw this graph that is being given. And from previous part of the question, okay, we have gotten that A is equals to -3. We have also gotten that B equals to -5. And so, looking at this, right, the first point here I'm going to plot would then be x is -1, y is -3, okay? So let's move to my graph. X is -1, y is -3. It will be here. As I continue to plot all the points, my next point will be 0 and -2. Okay. X is 0, y is -2 will be this particular point here. Let's continue. 1 and -5. So x is 1, y is -5. It will be here. Okay, as I zoom in and out. X is 2, y is -6. So x is 2, y is -6. Let's continue. When x is 3, y is -5. When x is 4, y is -2. And when x is 5, y is 3. Okay, now with this, then I will then be able to start drawing this graph out, okay? Carefully. And let's continue to make sure that I could have a curve here, that it will be the minimum point. As I continue, and it will start to go up. And as we continue, and to continue further, so that it looks like a U shape. And last but not least, do remember to write down the equation of the line somewhere in near to the graph. And we are done with part B. Move on to part C, where we will make use of this graph that we have just drawn. Alright? Hello everyone, welcome to this part of the video now that we are required to use your graph to find the values when y equals to -4. I will now zoom in straight to the point where we have y equals to 4. And actually at this point here, where y equals to -4, what is my x on this particular graph? And I found 0.6. And I also have another answer as 3.4. Okay? And therefore, the answer to this question would then be 0.6 and 3.4. And usually for this kind of question, we do allow an accuracy of plus minus 0.1, since this is a manually drawn graph. Alright, meaning 0.5 and 0.7 we also accept. 3.3 and 3.5 we also accept. Okay, let's move on to the next part of this question. Now for this particular part of this question, do take note again, we need to use the graph to find the coordinates of the minimum point, and therefore no working should be seen here by algebraic method. So we just need to very clearly indicate here. Let me just zoom in at the minimum point. That. And how do you show the working? It will be good if you indicate here the coordinates on the graph itself. So as I go back to here, it will be 2 for x value, -6. Okay, this is the point. Okay, so this is just to let you know that yep, this point here corresponds to the coordinates of 2 and -6. And so 2 and -6. Alright, we have come to the end of this part. Let's move on to the next part. Now for this part of this question, we do need to write down the, let me use pink color, equation of the line of symmetry. But first we do need to know where is it, right? So the line of symmetry will be in the middle of this particular graph, and this is the point where it is the line of symmetry. Oops, sorry, I'm going to use another color. So let me zoom in, and you could actually see that it corresponds to the x equals to 2 line, where every point on this line, the value of x is 2. That gives it the name x equals to 2, right? And therefore, the answer to this is x equals to 2. Done. Let's move on to the next part of this question. For this part of the question, they want us to draw another straight line here, but before even we get started, right, given any graph, how do we draw the graph on the graph paper? What do we need? Yes, we do need a table of values. Okay, and since this is a line, so preferably 2 to 3 points. And how do I decide the x value? I look at the graph that I'm having, then I will choose 0, 2 and probably 4, Okay, so we do need this table of values. And when x is 0, my y will be equals to 0 minus 2, negative 2. This will be 0 and this will be 2. And I'm going to plot the points now. 0, negative 2. It will correspond to x is 0 here. When x is 2, y is 0. When x is 2, y is 0. When x is 4, y is 2. And then we will have that straight line that I'm going to connect them. And after which, do remember to write down the equation of the line. Okay? And that concludes this part of the problem. Alright, now that we have the two lines, which is y equals to x minus 2, the red color line, and the graph y equals to x squared minus 4x minus 2. How do I use the two graphs to solve the equation here, where the blue line equals to the red line? Where do you think the answer is? Smart. The answer is at the intersection point. Okay, that's where the answer is. And therefore, from here, the intersection point will be x is 0. And the other point, x is equals to 5. With that, we have come to the end of this video. If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.